go over to the issue of education now. On September 24, 2019, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Jamb, called on all prospective candidates of its 2020 UTME to acquire the National Identification Number. Now, the Jamb spokesperson, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, said that the aim was to ensure that the biometric and other necessary details of a candidate were captured to check examination malpractice. And of course, we know that in different centers there, a lot of students had to queue up for the specific NIN registration. But luckily, in responding to that, Jamb immediately today has responded and said that the NIN requirement would not be necessary for the 2020 Jamb, but rather it will be used for 2021. So let's go over to you, Emeka Madunago.
You see, just on a program yesterday, a radio program yesterday, we were talking about, how agencies like Jamb, Customs and all that have been declaring huge sums as internally generated, as a revenue they generated. And I asked a question: how effective, as a service delivery to the people being? Is it about money? Why should agencies like Jamb, Federal Road Safety Commission, be talking about having made huge money when their focus should be service delivery? And look at what happened today. Disaster. To the extent that candidates were saying, were alleging that some officials of the NIMC were asking them for bribes, 1,000, 1,500, 3,000 to, short circuit the registration. Jamb oversees admissions to universities. Is it that Jamb has now become incapable of foreseeing hiccups in his attempt to reform the process? Yes, it's good to try to reform the process, but in reforming the process, you don't end up destroying it. Look at what these young Nigerians, young Nigerians have been subjected to. For what? Sitting in the sun, for the whole day. These are children preparing for exams. You put their parents through the stress of getting their children to prepare for exams. Then you put them through the stress again of post-UTME, UTME. Then you now put them again through the stress of paying the school fees, exorbitant fees and all that. Why do we like to punish ourselves in this country? I don't even know why that requirement of the NIN suddenly became necessary. It's not necessary. It's not going to check examination malpractice. Okay, quickly, Emeka Madunago. Why, instead of talking like this, let's take a look. Now, during the week, we saw that students were on the queue for the NIN registration. Let's take a look at that report and we'll be right back.
Over time, it has been difficult for residents to procure the national identity number. Even those who have theirs, they have been waiting for years to get the national identity cards. With this new arrangement by Jamb, applicants who seek to write the UTME this year have had one sordid tale or the other to tell. At the National Identity Management Commission's office in Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, a long queue of students are seen waiting to either register or collect their national identity numbers. The students lament how they have been on queue for several hours without any progress, despite leaving their homes very early and frequenting the NIMC's office. They vent out their frustrations.
I've been here for the past 3 days, but when I came at first, the queue were too much, and they weren't too attending to people. And as at yesterday, there were some incidents that happened, like it was really bad. How could they spray tear gas on people? What if people died?
For today, I've been here for close to 4 hours, but I've been coming since on Monday. At times, they won't answer us, they won't even look at our site itself. And at times, they are just taking people in. People will just be coming. Me that I woke up around after 3. People that wake up after 7, they will even enter before me.
We've just been queuing outside. Nobody has come to take care of our name or like tell us like, okay, the process is going on. We've just been here crowded. Actually, I came, I thought it's like a 20 minutes something because I done mine last year. But coming here now, I'm supposed to travel tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Commending the move by government to ensure that all Nigerians are registered, some legal practitioners have condemned the bottleneck being experienced in the registration process. noting that adequate strategies and structures should be put in place before new policies are promulgated. They call for better ways of making registrations and processes seamless.
Internet, you should be able to.
It's just unfortunate.
All right, of course, we're far looking at the time there, but you saw the students there complaining, some of them tear gas, and we know that that requirement was meant to be free, but just as Emeka rightly said, there were reports that there was extortion of students, people, even the officials, going by the back and asking for bribe for them to have a fast process of the NIN requirement. Now, quickly, Steve, I know you were talking about it. What's your view on this?
It's absurd. It's never done. Most of these children were born between 2002, 2001 and 2005 or 2006. When did we have national population census in this country? Around the same period. Around 2006. So you cannot tell, Jamb cannot tell me that they cannot write to the National Population Commission and say, give us the average age of Nigerians from these people, from this period to this period. These children also have telephone lines, of which everybody has been subjected to register their telephone lines. So you can't still tell me that you cannot get, in fact, it's very easy for National NIA to get to these guys and obtain all these documents and have them and give people.
Instead of the stress.
Instead of putting people through this stress. I don't know the reason why we do a lot of duplication of things. Okay, what is the national ID card going to do to a student who is seeking for university admission? Is the national ID card going to facilitate his admission? Is it not his brain that he needs to sit down and write the exams? Or is that a requirement, major requirement for admission? I mean, it's just crazy. People, it's the same thing that you have banks doing. I come with my money, I want to open an account, you are telling me to get a national ID card. If all Nigerians don't have national ID card, will they be in business?
Okay, quickly, Emeka.
Well, just to buttress what I'm saying, do you know, now, online education is very, very popular. You have the National Open Universities Commission and National Open Universities,
yes.
Now. And not everybody goes through Jamb these days to get into the university. There are people running programs, online programs with different universities around the world. And they don't have to go and queue in the sun to get an NIN. So I think Jamb should get his acts right. This desperation to be seen, to be doing what isn't to be engaged in what isn't your primary function. We can now see that thing is affecting the ability of Jamb to focus on its core mandate. You even find out that ask the question, how many of these children are going to get admitted to universities, polytechnics and colleges of education? How many of them? Has Jamb been able to work with these higher institutions to increase their carrying capacity, which is a major problem? You are subjecting little children, to such stress. Instead of you to focus on the core issues, on the major issue of ensuring that the admission process is seamless,